And good morning everyone, it's Richard from Seek Training. It's the 65th canned workouts, which is Step Up. Today's Wednesday, it's the 9th of September 2020. So I'll quickly go over the paperwork. If you haven't seen the doctor to allow you to exercise, please see a doctor. If not, you can actually fill out my PAR-Q, which is health questionnaires, online. Fill out the first sheet and the last sheet. If you're fine, if you tick yes and anything, you'll have to delve into the middle bits. Send them to me via messenger, email, snail mail, paper aeroplane, written on a piece of cryptograph and then sent to the door. Doesn't matter, just send it to me, we can discuss it and then we'll get you exercising. Good morning, yes. It's a lovely sunny day, isn't it? Right, so what we'll do is I'm going to bring up the main. Good morning. Morning everyone. Well, let's try and make it an amazing day. Though I must admit, last night my house decided to put the heating under in the night for some stupid reason. I have no idea why. So a bit of a headache. So please excuse that. So I will try and work as hard as you lot. But please excuse me if I just need to stand up for a minute just to let the blood drain from my head. Right. So today's teaching. Oh, I'll turn that music down slightly. It's a bit loud. There we go. Right. So that's a bit too low now. Yeah, that's me. Right. So today's teaching point is, why do we cool down? Right. Why do we do a cool down at the end of every session? Right. Cool downs. You've been working really hard. Suddenly you stop. What happens? If you do that in a car, you suddenly brake really hard, something might fall off, you might break a gear, you might puncture a tyre because you're skidding to a halt. It's the same with the body. If you suddenly stop and you don't do anything afterwards, you've got a higher chance actually of creating an injury, because during the exercise session, no matter what you're doing, you are actually doing micro tears in the muscles. And what the micro tears do, it gets your sarcomeres, your actin, your myosin, which go together, very small little feathers which kind of grab hold of each other when you contract your muscle really tight. They actually get out of place. And cooling down, part of the cool down is a stretch. So when you stretch yourself, you are trying to get those fibers back in the position that they want to allow them to grow faster. If you don't, basically they can actually create a knot, or you can actually tear your muscle. Cooling down, the cool down part of the cool down is basically if you're working hard and your heart rate is high, and hopefully we are actually in the 70 to 80% of your heart rate whilst doing these sessions, you need to cool down. I tend to do a lot of exercise where I'm actually on my back at the end to allow the blood to rush back, to be able to go back to your heart easier, so it reduces the chance of a cool down. But your heart, I've said this many times before, it pumps this way around the body, goes into that calf and stops. Well, it slows down because gravity. So what brings it back up? It's you've got secondary pumps called the calves, and moving will actually at the same rate as your heartbeat will actually move it back to your heart. Okay, so it gives the blood back to your brain. If your blood doesn't get to your brain, you get dizzy, you can get nauseous, you can find it hard to breathe, you can fall over and fall unconscious. Someone's playing out this morning. I don't blame them. It's a lovely day. This is how the day should be. Rain at night, sunshine during the day. I think that's the perfect way of doing it. Please, let's order that every day of every year. Right, so what you do is you have to work your heart. When you cool down, you start high in intensity and you work steadily lower, making sure that your feet are moving at allowing the blood to be pumped back to your heart efficiently. So basically just moving around, just walking like that. Don't stop. Okay, because it's basically you will get your venous return will not work very well, your lymphatic system won't work very well, it'll all end up down there. You could end up with swollen ankles as well. Don't look at my swollen ankle, it's always swollen anyway, so problem with DVTs and warfarin. So that's basically a cool down. So it protects you from injury, it protects you from having another injury during blacking out or being dizzy. It helps you get your blood back to your heart, so it's not trying to have to. Because if the blood goes down to that foot and it doesn't go back up, the heart has to pump harder to get it back. So you're actually putting more stress on the heart. Okay, that's one reason why I like doing stretches on the floor. Put your legs in the air, the blood automatically goes back. So you don't have to use those calf muscles to pump it back. So you can be doing stretches whilst on the floor, cooling down at the same time. So you're reducing the time of your cool down. So more time for you to play out. I think that's a win-win. Right, so today we're going to have dumbbells, water, step, mats in front you can't see. You can see the microphone there, and you can see my camera there. So I don't know why I said that, but there you go, that's life. My brain works on many different dimensions and sometimes not in hours. Right, so shall we get started then? I'm going to start with some warm-ups. I'm going to leave my mat there, my board there at the moment, my step. I need to pick one word for it. I'm just going to mark it on the spot. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the warm-up like I talked about on Monday. Just trying to get that blood flowing. Let's go wide. Usual things. The warm-up doesn't have to be interesting. It just has to be there just to warm you up. Right, let's go up to a high prayer. Get those shoulders working. So shoulders up, shoulder blades down. Shoulder blades up, shoulder blades down. Okay, so you're trying to work your back as well as your shoulders. Try and get a little bob there, keep the blood flowing around your body. Also, it works your hips a little bit as well. Right, so I think what we should do is we should get back to the step. So let's get the step out, and we'll just go up, down, down, quite nice and easy. So up, down, down is up, down, down, as the title says. That's it, good. Nice and easy, we'll just do it really nice and easy. And we'll change feet, so bounce. See, when one foot goes down, you go bounce and bounce into the other one. And we're going to bounce back. In dancing, it's called a ball change. Basically, what you just do is your foot hits the floor, then rebounds back up to change again, so you're stepping on the opposite leg. So yes, due to the headache, unfortunately, I'm not going to be probably as vocal as normal, but I might end up being, you know me. See, I follow steps as well. Alright, and change legs. A bit of toothache as well. I want to chip one of my teeth at weekend. Not a good day today, is it? Well, for me, for you, it might be absolutely fantastic. Let's hope that's the way. This is where glad I've got a pop filter on my microphone, otherwise you'd be able to hear my knee popping. You might be able to. Let's hope you don't. And change feet. Well, we'll try a new exercise. Let's see how good it is, but we won't do it now. We'll do it a little bit later. We've done something very similar in my classes, but on the floor. We'll be using the step this time, so you've got to be extra careful. Right, and what we're just going to do is we're going to march on the spot a minute. Feels odd suddenly marching on the spot because you want to be stepping up. We're going to go back to a high prayer again. Getting things going, getting things moving. We're going to put a little bit of a twist in it as well. So try and twist, not at the hips, but at the shoulders. So we're going to go down, twist and up, down, twist and up. Excellent. Then what we should do is, we'll just do some side up, down, downs just for the last 50 seconds, just to get ourselves a little bit warmer. So we're going to go up, so a little bit faster, unless you do it slower. Remember to use your full foot. My mouth's moving that way. And change feet. Stick your bottom back so your knees are behind your toes. Five, three, two, one. We're going to do up, down, down.
Exercise 1.1.
Try and get a bit of energy this time. Up. And try and not kick over the board. That's the problem with big feet. It's a lot easier actually on the bigger, longer ones because they're a bit heavier. So if you catch, especially if there's no lips, that's the problem with these steps. Right, 5 seconds.
3, 2, 1. Change.
Right, we're just going to do an active rest. We're just going to flick our feet out. Try and keep that cardio going. And we're going to change on the opposite leg. So I started on the green leg. So if you look, green's up there, green hand.
3,
And then pink hand's up there.
2, 1.
We're going to start with this
Exercise
other leg.
1.2.
People who are colourblind, you should be able to see the pink, a G there, and a P there. Doing well. Right, really good.
3.
I want you to mark on the spot whilst I show you this next exercise. What we're going to do is have that board there, start with one foot on top, the other hand touching. It's side to side touches. So what we're doing is you push down with this foot and just quickly swap over and touch it with the other foot. So then you swap back,
3, 2,
make sure you push
1.
down on the board so it
Exercise
doesn't slide
1.3.
out. Let's go. If you don't want to do it like that, you can always just step, touch, so it's low impact. As long as you land lightly, actually, and strangely enough, it's not actually a high impact exercise. And keep your bottom back. It gets your heart rate up. And as you know, you can tell, it's a lot harder than the one on the ground because you've got to really push with that thigh.
Change.
Right, march on the spot. That's the one I was a bit concerned about with my headache. I can feel the blood behind my eyes. Right, we're going to go up, up, side, side. Up, up, back.
3, 2, 1.
And I'm starting with the green foot. So it's up, up, side to side, up, up, back. It's the second time I tried to come past my house. Right, 10 seconds. Keep on working. Doing well.
3, 2, 1. Change.
Right, let's do high knees, nice and easy. Right, this time we're going to start on the other leg. So I start on this one, on the green one,
3,
and we're now
2,
start on the pink one.
1.
And up,
Exercise
up,
1.5.
side, side, up, back. Whew, it is warm. Good job of not doing this in the conservatory. This would be absolutely murderous. 5 seconds.
3, 2, 1. Change.
And we're just going to flick our feet again. The next one we're going to do is we're going to do double knee ups. So we'll be stepping up, knee, back, knee, down. Swap legs. Knee, down, knee. Alright, so we'll start at 3 seconds. 2, 1, and let's go.
Exercise 1.6.
So you can see I'm using my arms at the same time. Keeps those working at the same rate to keep them warm, nice and warm for when we do the arm exercises. Brilliant, 5 seconds.
3,
2, 1.
change.
Excellent, right, we'll just march on the spot. Last exercise, what we're going to do is side kicks. So arms are going to come up, legs are going to go out. So keep your balance. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Exercise 1.7.
That's it. So like one hand's attached to the ankle of the other. As you pull it up, that leg comes up at the same time. Try not to twist too much. Try not to throw yourself like backwards and forwards because you can do yourself an injury. Five seconds.
3,
2, 1. Brilliant. Right, we're going to put the step away now. And have a water break. Wonder if the postman brings any more wool today. Oh, he's brought a letter. Morning, thank you. Nothing good. Right, so the first exercise we're going to do is we're going to do a deadlift. So we're going to use the weights. What we're going to do is I'll do it sideways. Actually, I'll do it slightly diagonally. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your weights, your dumbbells on your thighs. As you go down, you're going to run down, following your leg all the way down to your feet, as far as you can go, bottom backwards. And you're going to follow your legs back up. I tend to run with my thumb or the edge of the weight, but that's actually encouraging you to actually put the weight right in the centre of gravity of your body, so you're not actually leaning too far forward and you're not leaning too far back. It's a great exercise for picking up. A lot of people think that basically health and safety at work with the picking up system was a bit rubbishy until I found out. And let's go!
Exercise 2.1.
So squeeze your bottom at the top, because this was actually, the health and safety was actually done from weightlifting, because they've been doing it for almost 100 years beforehand, and they had success with picking up very heavy objects without throwing the back out. So they thought, well, why not? So basically picking things up. So what you could do is you could put your weights down there, go back up again, go down, pick your weights up, and because you're in the right position, you won't feel any pressure in your knees. Excellent, good. Right, we're going to go to body weight squats. So put the weights away. So again, it's another one the deadlift is more of a pull exercise where you're actually pulling yourself up to work your back. It does work 80% of your body, but we're going to do bodyweight squats now. It's going to be nicely warmed up. So we're sticking our bottom back, keeping our shoulders over our knees, over our toes. As you can see, I nicely stack. So if I'm there, I'm nicely stacked. If I'm a bit further forward like that, I can feel the pressure in my knees. So I'm trying to keep my knees and my toes pointing in the same direction as well. Unless you have a childhood deformity, it's always the best way to do it. Or if you've been a horse rider for an awful long time on big white horses. I did that. I'm glad I wasn't bow-legged. 3, 2, 1. Excellent, brilliant. Right, we're going to do a new one, bend over, row and press. So we're going to use one dumbbell. We're going to get back into a reverse lunge. I'll put that on the floor because I don't want to roll off. So we're going to get down, dumbbell towards the floor, one hand on your knee. So what you're going to do, you're going to pull up. And as you get to this position with your elbow up, you're going to stand up, press to the top, lunge back, down again. Let's go. What we'll do is do one side now, and we'll do the other side when we do the next round. So remember which side you're doing. So I'm doing the pink side, so mark your colours. So you should be feeling this in your glutes as well now, especially after the 3 exercises together. 5, 3, 2, 1. Excellent, good. Right, we're going to go back to both dumbbells. I'm going to do axis 3. So you're going to stand upright nicely, feet shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent. You're going to supinate your wrists, so wrists go up as you go into a bicep curl. Press above your head, and then you extend behind your back and press up. So it's curl, press, extend. Try and keep those elbows pointing forward. You will get a bit of winging. Basically your elbows will try not to do that because you actually put a lot of pressure on your elbow joint. So try and let your elbows bend as naturally as possible. It's very good for shoulder work this as well, because you're actually going in the frontal plane. You're not going in the... You're going in the central plane, not the actual frontal plane. Right. Right, what we're going to do is going to bend over again, do bent over front raises. So what we're going to do is going to lean back, get our body, try and get it parallel to the floor, and we're just going to raise up and down. Try and bring them to the side, don't want you to smack you in the shins. Up and down. So I tend to go slightly, almost diagonal. So you're only going down to where your calves are and up. So you're working your back of your shoulders. Try not to hyperextend your back, so don't bend up like that. Don't round down like that. Try and look forward at all times. I'm looking at the skirting boards. So try and keep the momentum out of it, so nice and easy and controlled. 3, 2, 1.
Change.
It is a difficult one. So what we're going to do is going to put the weights down now. And we're going to do some reach overs. So we're going to go 1 foot, so pink foot on my knee, goes out, slightly twist outwards with the heel. As we go over, the arm's going to come up and really stretch that muscle. We're going to go down and we're going to swap to the other side.
Exercise 2.6.
So really get that nice diagonal. Let's get going. So you're going to stretch that entire side. If you find this painful in your toes, I've got arthritis of the toes. I find this sometimes, unless I need to warm up first, but if I haven't, this can be painful on the toes. So basically just go like that. You don't have to move your leg. You work how you need to work, not how someone else does.
Change.
Unless you're doing it wrong. Right, we're going to go back to the dumbbells. We do hand turnover, so Feet nicely close together, tummy tight, don't lean back, don't lean forward. We're going to put our arms up in front and we'll slowly turn our hands over and then back again.
Exercise 2.
All we're going to do. Very good shoulder mobility exercise this. Any problems with rotator cuffs or deltoids, try not to hunch up. Your shoulders, try and let the shoulder blades drop down. You should feel almost like a string at the lower back pulling them down. That's actually because you're not used to it. Three, two, one. Brilliant. Water break again. There's my water. We've got a guest star today. Look at I'm missing Eleanor. I've got her Teddy, Rab. Say hello, say hello, Rab. Yeah, there we go. She's looking after me, making sure I'm doing alright. Ah, lovely. Horrible news about the UK law Monday, restricting gatherings to only 6 people again. But our church decided to actually start their services. I know some actually started their services last weekend, and now they can only do this next weekend and that's it again. It's crazy, but the numbers are rising, so I'm trying to follow the rules. That's what we need to do. And if you're in the law of the land, you follow the law of the land. Right, enough preaching. Let's go back to deadlifts in 17 seconds. So I like to try and keep my back straight with this. It's very similar to squats, apart from you're actually pulling upwards instead of, you're actually pulling instead of pushing upwards. Because you're pulling the weight, because that's why it's a deadlift, because it's a dead weight. Right, so let's go. Follow those legs down to your shoelaces. If you haven't got shoelaces, down to your Velcro or your elastic. If you're wearing leggings, don't cheat and say that's elastic so I don't have to go down. Got ya. So as you can see, I bend first and then my legs follow, and then as I come up, my back starts first and then my legs follow. It's almost like you're a piano accordion. Always has to be done in concert.
3, 2, 1, change.
Excellent, right, body weight squats. If people having problems with these, if you want, you could do seated squats. So put your feet, so your heels below your knees. And what you just do is you push up, and you slowly allow yourself to go back down again.
Exercise 3.2.
That's a good way of starting off. What I would do is, if you are having problems, I would do the seat to stand squat. I would start off with doing 10 every night whilst you're watching TV on the settee. Remember to keep those heels underneath those knees, so kick your feet out a little bit, and then work your way up very slowly until you can do 50 for a week, and then you'll find that you can actually do these squats quite easily. And you'll find if you've got bad knees, your knees will be getting better as well.
Change.
Brilliant. Right, we're going to do the bent over row and press. So we're going to do the other side, remember? I started on this side. This was the natural hand I wanted to grab hold of it. So normally, that's what you want to do the first side. So swap to the other hand.
2, 1. Exercise
And up,
3.3.
and down, and reverse lunge, down, up, reverse lunge, up, reverse lunge, up. Try and get that elbow up above the spine before you push up. So it's almost like you're retracting it into your shoulder, and that's gives your body permission to then go into the next phase, either going up or going down. It's an interesting one, this with the band. Just be careful, you might take your nose off.
3, 2, 1. Change.
Brilliant. Right, axis 3. I always dance when there's nothing to do.
3.
It's my
2,
fidget muscle.
1. Exercise 3.
So curl, press, extend. You can tell which arm is normally weaker, especially in the tricep extension, because that's the weakest muscle. Because most people don't work it as much, but they should do, because it's actually one of the biggest of the section. And you've noticed my pink arm is slightly popping outwards. So my green arm, sorry, that's why it's not working. I was trying to get the pink arm in, it's not this green arm. I do have a bit of bend in bicep tendonitis on that arm as well, so.
1. Change.
Right, we're going to do bent over front raises. So remember to sit your bottom back, bring it up, nice and easy. So you're not hyper-extension, you just basically got your back nice and straight. Look at the skirting board. So in my classes you'll know that basically you look at the skirting boards or you'll look at the cornice. So make sure you've got nice skirting boards and nice cornices. You can actually put the weight down towards the front of your shins, but remember, try not to bang them. The good thing about the shins, going to the shins, is you've really got to restrict the momentum before you get down there, otherwise you're going to smack them. The good one for the ones on the side is you get more range of motion, because you can actually go back and forward, so you really are stretching that muscle to its maximum. That's when you really do feel the work.
3.
It's the going back to the 45-degree angle there and back up. See, I'll tell you many different things. Right, reach overs. I'm a trainer who believes in giving you what you need and more, just in case you ever need it in the future. I'll never hold anything back.
1.
Right, so let's go. Reach over. Nice 45-degree angle with the reach overs. Brilliant. 20 seconds. Ten seconds.
Three, two, one.
Excellent. Back to the weights again. As you can see, there is actually a surreptitious little exercise in this. Putting the weights down, picking them up. Are you just bending over to pick them up? Or are you deadlifting? You should be deadlifting to pick them up.
3,
So
2,
hands out front,
1.
tummy tight,
Exercise 3.
roll over, roll back. See, this is better than a lottery rollover. Lasts longer, the benefits of this. Oh gosh, this is the last set, and then we're into the core. Now, I think it's a very ironic thing that basically the core exercises are called the core, because you go, core, blimey, that hurts. Yeah, the old jokes are the worst.
2, 1.
Brilliant, right.
Water break.
Water break, and then we'll do the core. So I'm going to get the mats out. So right, we've got leg lifts, windscreen wipers, and then quadruped knee tucks. Right, that sounds like a whole mouthful. It's exercise salad, fruit salad. So what we're going to do is we're going to do leg lifts. First off, put your hands back by your side, keep your legs elevated, or you're going to raise them up as high as you can and down again. Try not to touch the floor and back again. Okay, we're going to do, have I had plenty numbers on these again? I have on that one, I haven't done that one. 12. So we're going to do 12 leg lifts. We're going to do 12 windscreen wipers and 20 quadruped knee tucks. A lot of people like to put their hands underneath the bottom. Do you know why that is? Because the pelvic tilt's wrong. Okay, so if you have a proper bad pelvic tilt, you will need to put your hands underneath there to force you into posterior pelvic tilt. So basically the top of your pelvis, whichever direction it points in. If it points backwards, it's posterior. If it points forward, it's anterior. Okay, so let's... we're going to start now with 12 of these leg lifts. Let's go. 5. I hope you're counting, I'm not. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. Excellent. I'm going to turn slightly to the diagonal. Because a windscreen wiper is you go from one side, you put your hands out to the side, you go one side, and then to the other side. If you don't have enough room, bring your knees in. Or if you find that too hard, you can do it that way instead. Okay? It is a bit difficult. So from one side to the other, that's 1. Okay, so we're going to start one side. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can push through your hands. 5, 6. I'm walking. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Brilliant. Right. Yeah, unfortunately with that one you do end up walking down the carpet, so you've got to be careful about what you're actually doing. And then it's quadruped knee tucks. We're going to go onto our hands and knees. We do 20, so it's 10 on each side. So alternate arms and leg. Start with elbow to knee, and we're going to go out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Brilliant. Right. Quick breather. Let's do it again. We've got plenty of time. We've got 3 minutes 45 seconds. You can see in the clock. Yeah, painful when you've got cycling trousers on and you've got the zip. It sticks right in the back of your back. So I tend to try and put it right in the middle, where you kind of concave in. It's not as painful. Right, are you ready? I know you are. Come on, you can do it. Feet up. Let's go. 1, 2, try and resist. 3, bending your knees. 4, or pulling in, neck in. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, I'll give you a quick breather first. Remember, I'm going to turn sideways because I keep smacking stuff. Well, diagonal. So arms out to the side. You can push through your hands to help you. It's all about core stability. And that's why this one is great for that, because you do have to stabilise your core as you go over. So remember, if you can't do the straight leg one, do the bent leg one. So we'll start one side, and let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, see I'm walking again, 10, 11, I have to bend my knees slightly here, 12, brilliant, right, let's go onto our hands and knees. I'll give you a moment just to actually recover from that. No, I'm not giving you an hour, told you before. Right, let's go. So alternate arm and knee, and let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Brilliant, other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Since we're on the floor, and actually you can feel your heart rate hopefully slightly high, we're going to lie down. I'm going to do some stretching. Yeah, stretching. See, stretching on the back. So if you've done a hard session and you don't want to walk around for 5 minutes, get on your back. Stretch your hamstring, one in the air. Make sure your knee doesn't bend. If your knee bends, let it back again until you can straighten it and then pull it up. That's because your hamstring is really tight. Point your toe to your face, feel your calf. The more you can point it, the better it is. Because if you point it just a little bit, you only get a gastroc. If you point it a bit more, you get the soleus as well, which is more of the Achilles heel. It's not pleasant. Point your toes to the ceiling, try not to kill those toes in, you don't want to actually get cramp in your feet, like I just did then.
2, 1, cool down.
Excellent, good. Right, what we're going to do is, we're going to bend our knee, and I'm going to push it over. Keep your shoulder blades on the floor. You should feel the pull, nice and easy, over your glutes. 3, 2, 1, no, slowly go back. Pull it into your chest, put your knee into your chest, and your heel into your bottom. 3, 2, 1, knee still up. Same hand as your feet, legs up, put it on the inside, push it out like you're pulling a chicken wing off. Don't pull it off, it's very painful. Also, you'll be hobbling around, you'll be hopping. So what we're doing is just stretching the inside of your thigh now. Two, one, excellent. What we're doing now is going to slightly roll onto one side. Sorry, you didn't get my rear shot, sorry about this. I'm going to grab hold of your ankle and pull it in. We're going to do a thigh stretch. I think you've got the best side of me now. What most clients like to see, the back of me. Two, one, let's swap over, so let's go back to the other leg. Raise that up. Point that toe to the face. So you point it nice and downwards. It's very hard to do, especially it's a difficult manoeuvre to do. If you have problems, you can always put a towel over it or a scarf and pull down. But I always find that if people pull, they tend to pull too far and they can hurt themselves. But it does stop you from actually inching back up slowly when you start feeling the pressure. Right, point to the ceiling. Remember, don't kill those toes up. Try and ignore those toes, just let them just be nice and flaccid. Two, one. Right, we're going to bend our knee, opposite hand behind the outside of the knee, press it over, keep our shoulder blades on the floor, stretch that bottom. Three, two, one, let's go up, pull it into our chest. And heel into the bottom. How are you doing? All right? Same hand, inside thigh, chicken wing. You may find this side a lot harder to actually stretch because it's a lot tighter. People always go to the most supple side first, or the stronger side, wherever they do exercises, so you know automatically that the last side you do is probably your weaker or tighter muscle side, depending on whether you're doing exercises or you're doing stretches. Right, let's go back up. We'll stretch out now. Try and touch both sides of the room. If you're in a very small room, you're probably already touching. Sorry. Either that or you shouldn't be doing it in the corridor. Excellent. Right, we're going to sit up now, nice and easy. So you can see when you get up, if you normally get lightheaded when you get up fast, because we've actually been doing the cool down with our legs, you shouldn't be lightheaded now. And I must admit, I got up there and I had no headache, which is brilliant. So right, you're going to put your hands behind and you're going to try and stick your chest out.
2, 1. Your timer is complete.
Almost complete. 2, 1, excellent. You're going to sit up and stretch forward, round that back. Try and get your ears in between your shoulders. Really stretch forward and you should feel a right, nice, pleasurable stretch over your back. Now we're going to stretch with this one as well. If you want to stretch a little bit more, you can stretch further with one hand and then further with the other hand. But do about 10-15 seconds on each one. Static stretches like this at the end should be between 15 and 30 seconds minimum. That's just to keep your your flexibility at the same level. If you want to get more flexible, you have to do between, I'd say about, most people say 30 seconds, but I find that didn't work very well for me. I would say more like 45 seconds to 2 minutes per stretch. And do at least twice a day. Excellent. Right, that's everything. Thank you very much, everyone. I know it's a bit of an anticlimax then, finishing then. I normally do the release. But thank you very much, everyone, for coming. Oh gosh, the timer started again. Shall we start again? Hey, language. Right, well, thank you very much. Enjoy the day. Nice sunny day. It's coming autumnal weather, my favourite time of the year. So enjoy what you can. Thank you very much. Have a safe and healthy day. God bless, and I'll see you all on Friday at 9:30 for Freak Out Friday. Take care now.